This is an old lighthouse in a coastal town called Wollongong in New South Wales. That's the actual photo. I'll do some composition. I'll take this water area and place it into here. And I will paint this. Let's see how we can do that. I will start with the 300 GSM rough paper, which is from Bahong, and I will be using this 1.5 inch natural hair flat brush, which is from Black Velvet. I will just wet the sky first. When I wet the sky, I will make sure to wet around the lighthouse. Let's start with the very light wash of French ultramarine and use some yellow ochre. Just very light wash. And I will also use some cerulean blue in some gaps. The brush I'm using now is size 4 natural hair brush from Da Vinci. And using this cerulean blue will make a little bit of hole in the sky, I will say. As I said, sky will be very quickly. And now use some cobalt blue from Daniel Smith to draw the sea, water, and I will introduce some cobalt turquoise as well. I will be using at this stage size 8 Alvaro Castanet brush from NEF. Now I will introduce some burnt sienna to draw the rocks. All of these are in sort of my initial wash. I will introduce some neutral tint at this stage as well with burnt sienna. Just try to do some shadow areas here. These will be lighter when they will dry up. I'll just quickly brush through these things. Now I'll go to the lighthouse, drop some blue, any sort of blue would do. So just do the dark part, like shadow area as well. And yellow ochre, I will just paint the rocks as well. Now I will do the background. I will use sort of neutral tint and French ultramarine mix. And I'll be a little bit more careful when I draw around the lighthouse. And slowly take my paint through from one side to another side. And I will be a little bit more, I'll try to put some value on around the lighthouse so that the lighthouse pops up from the background. Do same thing with the back area. Now with the cobalt blue, I'll try to increase my values now. At this stage, my initial wash is dried up, so my main target is now developing the values in different places. I'll use synthetic hair brush Escoda Perla size 16 now. My previous two natural hair brushes both were almost the same. I just showed that one just to get you guys to let you guys know what are they, but they basically does the same thing. I am now adding some raw sienna in here, and now with the neutral tint I'm just trying to draw the shadow part. I'm just increasing my values here and there so that my objects gets popping up. Here I'm just trying to do the waves, and make sure when you do the waves you just use some water to do the transition in there, otherwise there will be only hard marks over there. Now down at the bottom, just making a little bit dark to show the shadows. Also in the background I'm just drawing those rocks more darker so that the front one just pops up, and just filling up with water ripples with some darker colors. The reflection I wouldn't worry about reflection too much because the water is not that quiet and calm, so the reflection doesn't matter in that case. As you can see, what I'm doing here, I am now creating my brush marks. This is where, when your painting is damp, then you start doing your brush marks, and this is where you will be different from other artists. This is where your marks can be identified, and small little brush marks you need to put so that it doesn't look like a photograph or just simply copy from an image or something like that. I'm trying to develop a little bit brush marks here and there so that it just shows its randomness. Doing some rocks and stuffs inside the webs and ripples inside the water. And what I'm trying to do, as well as when I'm painting, I'm slowly, gradually developing my values in there. In the background, trying to do some dark values over here. I'm still not finished with my water part here, but that I will know later on after finishing this thing. I'll just put some cracks of stones and this sort of things there, some shadows. And now I will go to that lighthouse, do the shadows and smudge yourself with the water and put some darks in there. These darks values, they will make this lighthouse pops up. And this sort of brush mark is called calligraphic brush marks, and I'm using some raw sienna here and there and cobalt turquoise inside the water to show the randomness of water ripples and waves. And I will also use some wet in wet technique to make sure the ripples, they don't have hard edges. Now this brush is Natural Hair NEF 4400 size 8. It's very good for doing wires and stuff. So just do the rails. Now what I'm doing, I'm trying to draw just two people having chat, and that's very easy. I'm just trying to do the torso first, or the coat, dress, whatever is that person is wearing. I'm doing that one first, and with cobalt blue I'm just drawing the legs. Another one with raw sienna, I'll draw the legs. Oh, this one is just putting this shorts with some pinks or reds, using hands and heads and this sort of stuff. They still may not look that clear, so I'll just use some Chinese white to draw the head and shirts, just to make them a little bit obvious. If you want to learn how to draw people in landscape or scenario, there is video there. It is beautifully, I tried to teach how to draw that one quickly in landscape. And just draw some shadows over there, and that's pretty much all for the people. I will draw some more gesture of the people down there just under the lighthouse. Put some red marks there so that it means something, like people or people face or something like that. Just doing some random marks so that it doesn't look empty in the background. There are big stones and rocks over there in Wollongong, so just trying to do a little bit of gesture. I'm not worrying about doing them perfectly down there what's there. So now what I'm doing, I'm just drawing some seagulls and birds just quickly with the whites and darks. That's almost finished. My painting is almost done. I also did a little bit of detailing with crushed leaves in these two places. I forgot to record those things, and yeah, that's pretty much all. I'm just peeling off the tape now, and as you can see, this is how I usually compose my scenario and go slow by slow and finish it off. And there are some little bits of white marks here and there. I left those there so that it creates some interest. You can do little bits and pieces of detailing stuff at this stage, but just remember, don't do too much detail. Less is more. So that's pretty much all. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please consider subscribing and sharing this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.